Contact Slayer.com Chevrolet, 5338, 168.602 miles per hour for Labonte.
Saw Tony Stewart there, our current pole sitter, one by one, watching the cars go by as they qualify. He's still got 2 or 3 bullets he will have to keep his eye on. Jeff and I were just talking. Kurt Busch, Jeff Burton. Wouldn't rule out our man A.J. Allmendinger, because on qualifying day he can be a humdinger.
Sure can.
Here's an odd nugget. Kurt Busch has started 4th the last 3 Pocono races.
Good
He's working on it. He's working on it right now. Currently 7th. We'll pick up just a little bit here.
Boy, I go back to that August 2007 race. Of course, that was with the old car. He led 175 of 200 laps to win that race that day.
Also won here in 2005, led 131 laps that afternoon. So Kurt Busch 9th overall, and we go to Wendy.
Jeff Burton, get ready to climb in. This cloud cover is causing you some good. It's a huge cloud right now, Jeff. How's that going to help you?
Well, if it'll stay out, it ain't going to hurt, I can tell you that. Cat Chevrolet was really fast in the race trail, and I was really happy with it. We made 3 Q runs, and I never once hit my line on any of the 3 Q runs. So we're taking a little bit of guess on what we need to do to the car, because I just didn't do a good job in practice. So hopefully we've guessed correctly. I just didn't give them good information, but I feel really good about it. If I can hit my mark, I think we'll be okay.
What kind of advantage is this for you going out so late?
Well, it's not much of an advantage unless you do get cooler temps. If you do get cooler track temps, then it certainly is an advantage. But the guys that go late, when they qualify well, they never say it was because of that. But when you go early and you didn't, you blame it on that. So I don't know. Honestly, it's just what it does with track temp. And the track temp continues to fall right now with that cloud cover, then it will certainly help.
All right, thanks to Jeff Burton. His best starting position in 2010 has been 5th.
And Steve, what Jeff is talking about, we hadn't really probably harped on it a lot today, but our buddy DW, he likes to call this thing a roval. It has some tendencies of a speedway. It's like a short track. It's like a road course. And at a road course, you're always talking about hitting your marks. And this thing is so tricky. You've got to get off the gas at the right place, not overbrake the car, hit that distinctive line that allows the car to be free and fast, but not too loose. So a lot of these drivers know that if you mess up in turn 1, it hurts you down the first straightaway, the back long pond straightaway. Mess up the tunnel turn, it hurts turn 3. So hitting the marks are so important. Hitting them all right is critical if you want to sit on the pole. And that's what Tony did. He hit every one of his marks perfectly.
I tell you, Brad Keselowski in his 12 car hit his marks perfectly through turn 2. He really made a lot of ground getting in on the exit. He's working on a top 10 run, qualified 11th here in June, his only start in the Sprint Cup Series here at Pocono.
Looking for his first top 10 finish in the Sprint Cup Series. 9th overall. He's the fastest Dodge.
Penske Dodge 9th, 10th, and 12th right now.
Yeah, they're all right there together. Of course, Brad's another one of those drivers, especially being the Nationwide Series points leader that'll be going to Iowa tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Tony Stewart
talking to Claire B. Lang
from Sirius Satellite Radio.
Now, Jeff Hammond was talking at break, discussing this 43 car. He feels like an AJ can give old Tony a little bit of a run. He's definitely got some good conditions right now.
Ideal conditions right now to make an effort to unseat Tony Stewart.
The fastest Ford right now is AJ's teammate Casey Kane, who is 13th. We do not have a Ford in the top 10, and we only have one Toyota, Denny Hamlin, who is 3rd. So mainly Chevrolets and Dodges up there in the top 10.
Yeah, 7 of the top 8 are Chevrolets.
So he does coming through turn 3 to take the green. Looked pretty good through there, Larry.
Qualified and finished 16th at the Brickyard 400. Got that pole at Phoenix back in the spring.
See how rough that racetrack is going down into turn 1. 200 miles an hour. Got out of the throttle. See what he does on the exit. If tracker shows that he really hit this corner or not.
Looked like he did a good job of rolling out early, because you even made note that we've seen 201, 202 getting into turn 1. But he bought benefits on the exit of turn 1. 192 miles an hour into that tricky turn 2. That turn 2 is kind of a replica of a turn from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then this turn 3 is kind of similar to what the corners used to look like when we would run Milwaukee with the trucks and with the Nationwide Series.
It's going to be a good lap, but it's not going to be a pole run.
He's by far going to be the fastest Ford, 7th quickest at a 52.97. He becomes the 7th car to run in the 52-second bracket.
Allmendinger's previous best start here at Pocono, 8th. 6 appearances for A.J. Allmendinger, the California native, here at Pocono. Allmendinger will be followed by Greg Biffle, David Gilliland, and Jeff Burton. After Burton, we start go or go home qualifying.
Steve, we know this is a good race car they bring here. It's the same car they raced in Indianapolis. They actually hustled back home, cut the right side off of the car, replaced it, and brought it back here because, again, Greg was very happy with the way the car drove. They feel like they got a few things figured out on this race car, so they wanted to give him an opportunity to see what he could do.
You see Biffle 11th in points. There's 78 points to the good of 13th place, Mark Martin.
And that's essentially where Greg was going into Indy. All he did is open up the gap just a little bit back to 13th place, Mark Martin. Right now, Greg is 78 points to the good.
You know, this has not been a great racetrack for Greg Biffle. 15 starts here, just 2 top 10 finishes and 1 top 5.
And you know, I talked to his crew chief, Greg Irwin, the other night, and of course they finished 3rd at Indianapolis. That was their first top 5 finish since finishing 4th at Bristol way back in March. But I look at the way they've been running lately. They had a good top 5 run going at Chicagoland Speedway a few weeks ago and blew up, and then of course we know how good they were the entire weekend at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Qualified 7th, seemed to be the only car that could go up there at one point and drive by that 42 car.
Oh, they definitely had the 2nd best car at Indianapolis, and right now turn 1 he didn't get through it, but he's been making up speed throughout the rest of the course. Looks like he may wind up getting himself a 12th place qualifying, and qualifies 11th in this Ford, 2nd best right there and behind A.J. Allmendinger.
53.14, 169.447 miles per hour. Todd Bodine, the Onion, the points leader of the Truck Series, awaiting his effort. David Gilliland driving the number 37 Ford, sponsored by Gander Mountain, our buddies from Trackside. And Gilliland just stood up for 31st overall. This, Jeff Burton up next.
Yeah, this could be, I won't say the last bullet, but one of the biggest bullets left to shoot at Tony Stewart. Look back at practice, he was 20th quickest, but I know we interviewed him and he was really, really happy with his car. And he is definitely flirting with a top 5 run. That car looked really good right there. You know, it had that little bit of slide, but it was still moving ahead, and you could tell he was wide open into the throttle.
Be just about like his teammate Clint Boyer. Now earlier in the day he had a really fast race car, got in trouble off of turn 3, but it looks like Burton is going to be able to navigate that tricky part of this racetrack and is going to wind up 8th quickest.
53.01, 169.77 miles per hour for Jeff Burton.
Picked up about 9/10 of a second.
A great week for NASCAR Race Hub. See that Monday through Thursday at 7 Eastern. The guests this week include Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, and Darian Grubb. More Than a Mouthful Mondays, and who doesn't love that?
We love More Than a Mouthful Mondays.
Casey Mears brings his Chevrolet to the pit lane. 54.112. Mears just 33rd overall, but team locked in.
Yeah, we'll have to see a couple more cars. You have to beat 2 cars. There's no championship provisionals, so you've got to beat 2 cars to get locked in. And I think Wendy is with a guy that doesn't enjoy qualifying on time more than anybody than this guy.
Well, he may not enjoy it, but at least he's smiling. Max Pappas will be the very last car to go out for qualifying. How difficult is it to chase this race car, knowing you have to race your way in every week.